Hello, everybody, and welcome to Edging on Dunston, a social experiment where we dissect a cinematic masterpiece through 10-minute intervals. Today, we're looking at minutes 40 to 50 in our 5th week on this podcast. I am Drew.
I am Sam.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Olivia.
Well, we opened this week on in Dunston's snuff film den with his camera, which is definitely in the police evidence locker by now.
Okay.
We've done so much dunking on Dunston these last two weeks.
Those really dunks on Dunston really hard.
But I'm reminded through this first section that Sammy the Orangutan really is a good actor.
He's a fantastic actor.
Seriously.
He's so adorable.
I think I've written out every part. He's one of the best actors in this movie.
Yes, absolutely.
The way he follows straight stage directions, he's able to do emotions. It's really interesting.
Although there is the one scene where he wouldn't cooperate, so they had to use a puppet.
That is weird. Where there's just there's just a marionette orangutan that goes.
There is something
Like, you can see
deeply...
strings and shit.
There's something profoundly sad about this opening to this segment as we find ourselves in Dunston's little sad den of stolen treasures, including that poor, destroyed camcorder. And
He only knows how to steal because the state made him this way.
Exactly. It's so sad. It's truly just borderline depressing. It's very sad to think about the bad quality of this orangutan's life.
It's like when they made this movie, they didn't. They for some reason assumed that you wouldn't immediately feel so bad for the monkey or want the monkey to be happy. They're just like, we gotta make sure people feel really sad for this monkey. We gotta make sure that we constantly hammer home how awful this monkey's life is.
Exactly.
So that everybody will have sympathy for this cute animal.
I'd like to point something out that I noticed right in the first
there's
scene.
no scene in Scooby-Doo where they're like, we adopted him after he was in a dog fighting ring where he was beaten and abused. No, you just like Scooby-Doo because he's a dog that said, "Roro." It's the same with Dunston. Dunston stands on his own. You'd like Dunston even if he wasn't tragic, like a tragic character. It's so strange. Oh.
You were saying, Adam?
It's something I noticed in the first scene we watched was Dunston presents Kyle with the broken camera, and Kyle says, "Oh no, Dad's gonna kill me." So Dunston takes the camera back, winds up, 2 feet of all the tape that's there, hands it back, and Kyle just says, "Wow, thanks."
What was he gonna say? You stupid monkey! You think this is fixed? I spit at your gift.
You monkey.
But from the sad bonding of Kyle and Dunston, we go to this short little interlude where Robert is just walking around and Mrs. Dubrow is hiding behind a suitcase rack. But the thing is, she's hiding in the direction that most of the guests are.
Exactly.
So she's only hiding from the entrance.
She's hiding from the camera, that's it.
Yeah, she's hiding from the camera.
Absolutely.
And she inquires how Lord Rutledge is getting along because she thinks he's the corporate spy or whatever.
That they mentioned twice so far at this point.
Yeah. And Robert straight up lies to his boss, saying that Lord Rutledge is having a gay old time.
He sure is. That's
He's
not even
gay
a lie.
and old. No, he... Instead of saying that he wanted to bathe in the champagne, he what does he say? Something stupid.
We were the champagne of hotels.
Ooh.
And then Mrs. Dubrow, like a bitch, says, "Oh, well, that bodes well for you."
Dun dun.
I won't have to...
Dunston.
Dun dun. Menacing.
Isn't
Truly
that
menacing.
the theme song from The Thing?
Dun,
Dunston. Dunston.
No more for copyright reasons.
Sergio Leone's gonna sue us.
Seriously.
No, I hope not. He seems like a real straight shooter. He seems like a real cool pickle. Alright, anyway.
So Kyle's smuggling a Dunston in a dinner cart.
Yes.
He sure is.
And Dunston keeps reaching his gorilla hands up to steal food. And,
Thankfully,
someone would have seen that.
Well, someone did figure out what was going on. It was Rutledge.
But thankfully, Dunston knows
before
the
he did that-
transmission.
To the beautiful line. Well, I'll let you finish before I get to his amazing line.
Rutledge, thinking that he has Dunston and Kyle trapped, he holds up his cane that has like an eagle head on it, and like he's holding a puppet, he's like manipulating both of their eye lines, so it looks like they're both looking at the exact same thing at the same time.
Oh, he's my second favorite character behind Dunston.
Absolutely. That cane.
Oh, then he once he figures out what Kyle's up to, he leans down and says, "We must have a little talk later."
And then he winks at this little boy.
Disgusting.
He licks his lips and his asshole puckers.
Honest to God, winks.
You don't see it, but you hear it.
You hear this?
You feel it in your
It's
bones.
not Dunstan. Dunstan's gone. He's not making the... It's his asshole.
Yep.
Alright.
Yes, but then he pulls back the curtain, and thankfully Dunstan knows instant transmission and disappears to the elevator.
Yeah, Dunstan used
gone.
Potion of Invisibility.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, Dunstan didn't go to the elevator. That was a red herring.
Aw.
Where did Dunstan go, Sam?
Oh boy, you're asking a lot of me, Drew.
The second circle of hell? Lust?
We've been there the whole
When he goes
time.
to the vent, isn't it?
No,
Again.
Sam, he did not go to event.
Well, that was a good guess. I had a 50-50 chance of figuring that one.
What a doubt.
Spa.
The vent is always the answer.
Oh, the spa. How? Oh no, yeah, I did write Mrs. Delacucci horny scene.
Horny scene. Half the fucking movie. Horny scene.
Horny scene.
Yeah, so Dunstan goes to the spa, and who is there but Lionel Spaulding, sans Neil.
He's actually doing pretty well for himself now that Neil's out of his life. He's getting some exercise, and I really admire him.
Exercise.
Yeah, he's doing some dancercise. He's lifting weights.
He's smiling.
Yeah, he seems really
so
happy.
He's crushing that workout.
What does that Dunstan do? He f***ing pulls the pin out of his weights and makes him go flying over the weight rack to a big
To a
fall.
tumble.
Yeah, big little
Big
tumble.
funny fall.
And what is Lionel Spaulding's sin again?
Being fat.
As we all know.
God's greatest sin.
Truly. There's
God,
nothing worse.
it's actually written in the Bible that it's easier for a camel to pass through an eye of a needle.
And for a fat man
Lionel
to
Spaulding.
Lionel Spaulding really isn't that bad of a
No.
person, all things considered.
And he's
but
really not even that fat
No.
in comparison.
No.
He's just vaguely lumpy.
And he's like the manager of the convenience store in Malcolm in the Middle, where he doesn't really,
Yeah.
he doesn't do anything wrong. He's just kind of awkward, and bad things keep happening to him.
So sad.
Just wrong place, wrong time.
God,
and
this
it's
movie
really-
is so sad.
It's so mean-spirited. Like, it's not even funny when bad things happen to him because
Yeah.
you feel bad for the guy.
He's just trying to have a nice little vacation.
there
He's
reading
working out.
Oh, that makes me so much sadder when he's reading the book about a bad things happening.
Seriously.
He literally needs spiritual help because his faith is being shaken by him.
monkey.
God, Neil was given to him by his wife who just passed away.
and he's taking this trip.
He's lost everything in his life.
They met at the Majestic, and so he's here trying to get some memories back. And he realizes that he's put on a few extra pounds since his wife passed away. He's trying to work him out. He's being really productive. He's really on the right track. And then fucking monkey. Dunstan is the false
Destructive
prophet.
force.
Truly.
Yeah, Dunstan also steals his glasses. That doesn't really matter
Yeah.
any at all. Well, it leads up to a nice little joke scene.
Yeah,
involving
pretty
Monkey.
funny joke. Pretty
Yeah, it's
epic.
pretty
It's in
hilarious.
very good
Pretty
taste.
friggin' sick, dude.
So-
LOL.
So can we talk about the part where Monkey gets a girl moving off?
No, we can't.
Oh, we can't talk about that one?
Because first we need to address the soundtrack of this scene.
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot.
Have fun, go mad. So the main theme of Dunstan, if you will, Have Fun, Go Mad by Blair, is it?
Blair?
Blair is playing throughout this scene of Dunstan torturing Lionel Spaulding. On multiple occasions, Lionel goes down like a sack of bricks and the monkey is chittering in the background. And the entire time we have fun living in the city. And that takes us to what, Sam?
That takes us
It
to
takes
Sam.
us to a monkey just getting Mrs. Delacroce off.
Absolutely.
Can we
It's all he knows.
can we please say can we like agree right now real quick that she definitely wasn't faking it?
Absolutely not.
No,
She was not faking it.
Older women,
There
they
were
don't
real
fake it.
throes of ecstasy.
Absolutely. Fits of passion. She was feeling it.
Just from the monkey spanking her.
Just literally just spanking her.
And she is literally moaning.
Dunstan full on sits on her back, both hands. Though I guess he does have big orangutan
Yeah.
hands to slap her ass repeatedly.
Literally
She's getting a
clapping those
massage.
cheeks.
She's getting a massage, and she's thinking that the masseuse is like being a little randy. But no, there's an
he
orangutan.
His name's
But he
William.
is.
William!
But
I'll
it's an
go get my
orangutan.
special oil.
Special.
But no, it's an orangutan sexually assaulting
Ex
her.
masseuse, enter monkey.
I also like to point out who gives a massage without bringing in all the necessary equipment for the massage. Why did
Adam,
you
the
make
special
massage?
oil was the lube.
But then
He's a himbo, okay? He can't be expected to do everything correctly, okay? He's
William.
just pretty.
You know what's funny? all the way back, this one guy has more screen time than the catalyst of the first act of the film, Poor Artie.
Poor Artie, yes. And this is just William.
Yeah.
This leads me to my most important point.
What's
a
that?
feminist reading of Dunston. We're focusing on female pleasure for once. Mrs. Delacroce
Yes.
actually
Thank
enjoying it
you.
without being punished for being a sexual
Yeah.
woman.
She
Let's
should-
talk about that.
She should not be ashamed.
Of getting
get-
off to
Getting
an
off
orangutan.
Orangutan. Okay, seriously. Let's talk about that. That's important.
That needs to be addressed more. Even though women can't sustain orgasms naturally, it's all artificial.
Please explain.
Mr. Shapiro.
Have you ever seen a woman get off without using a toy?
I'm gonna.
It's
call
impossible.
I'm gonna call your fiance and apologize.
I think it's really progressive of the movie to have a couple of women who aren't in the kitchen.
Incredible. If you can see her, you can be her.
Yes, you
And that
can
is-
be Mrs. Dubrow or
Yep.
Mrs. Delacroce.
Mrs. and Mrs.
Mrs.
They don't have their own
Delacroce.
first names.
I want to say that I think Dunston checks in past the Bechdel test, but I don't think any two female characters
No, they
talk to
haven't
each
talked
other.
Yes,
yet.
they have. Yes, they have. Yes, they have. Consuela and Mrs. Dubrow.
That doesn't
Yes, and they talk about work.
count.
They didn't talk about a man, did they?
Doesn't count
Yeah.
because Mrs. Dubrow doesn't
They
have a
talked
first
about
name.
They talked about Neil. They did
Yeah.
talk about Neil's
No,
boy.
no, because
Oh,
They weren't talking about a
Consuela.
love interest, though.
Yeah,
Doesn't count. No boy.
Consuela. Yeah, Consuela was saying, "I'm sorry," and then Mrs. Dubrow said, "That's perfectly fine." Consuelo.
You foreigner.
So yeah, past the Bechdel test, it fails the racism
It's
test.
fucking barely,
Good job, Dunston checks in.
barely scraped by. It cheated to pass the Bechdel test. Okay, we're barely counting that.
All right, guys.
Disgusting.
You know what? You know what's funnier than one sexual potential assault?
Yeah.
Ayo.
Dunston.
While William, as Dunston leaves, William returns, and Mrs. Dubrow, her engine is running. She leaps onto William, and William, she is getting some.
She's producing natural lube for the first time in 20 years. She's ready to get plowed.
She was ready to go, and she went. Let me tell you.
I love how she pulls William's head down and
Pulls
makes
him by
him
the middle
munch
part.
a box.
Jason Alexander's gonna lose a star when someone slips on that floor.
And it's probably going to be Lionel Spaulding.
Poor man.
He's just looking for his glasses. He walks in on William and the old lady. God, and she's just got puddles of love juice everywhere.
Oh my god. What
Oh.
the
She's
fuck?
lactating again. It's spraying like a fountain.
Looks like someone ran
pussy
in and
sweat
did
is
the gallon
everywhere.
challenge.
Oh God.
William
God,
has been absorbed into her body.
She's just dragging herself and leaving a snail trail behind her.
Oh,
Oh my god. What
This is
fresh
disgusting.
hell.
Dunston's kind of horny, bro.
A little horny.
hey,
Maybe
remember when
we're
you said
the
you
ones
wanted to
that
be on the
are horny.
podcast?
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here, guys. Happy to be with you.
This is our
Speaking of
feminist
horny.
reading of Dunston checks in.
Really?
You know what? I think we set out
You
the.
got cut off. Speaking of horny,
Feminist reading of Dunston Jackson. Disgusting.
All right. So now that we do this again, Dunston goes to two women that are just sitting in robes getting facials, and not the kind of facial you'd be expecting from Dunston at this point.
But bum.
So they got that green avocado face scrub or whatever on their faces. Dunston starts licking it off, and you can tell what part of the face mask is edible because
Yeah.
it's slightly less green.
Yeah, they just put like green frosting on
So
top
dumb.
of
It's
the
like
green mask.
You remember that green ketchup? It's like in the
Yeah,
early
yeah, the
2000s?
Heinz.
That's what it looked like. That horrible
Yeah,
shit.
seriously.
The Shrek ketchup, yeah.
He starts licking, and
Dumb bitch, by the way. She's like, is that a loofah? No, it's a fucking tongue.
Yeah.
Idiot bitch.
have you ever used a loofah before?
Have you ever
Never.
been licked before?
Who puts a
Do
loofah
you
on
know
your
love?
face? You stupid,
Very few people know
stupid woman.
that a monkey tongue is the exact same consistency as a loofah.
Most loofahs are actually made of orangutan tongue.
I knew it. Expose.
If you have Dunston stick his tongue out and put some soap on it, you could get a really great bath.
a good
You can get a
lather.
nice lather out, yeah.
Yeah,
God.
But these ladies,
Dunston tongue bath.
Dunstons leave Lionel Spaulding's glasses on the bosom of this lady who's having a facial.
Honestly, how did she not? First of all, how did she not notice that there were glasses upon her?
And how does she not notice that there's a monkey licking her damn face?
Yeah.
Very good point. Moving on.
she has cucumbers in her eyes. Did you not watch the same movie we watched?
Everyone knows that cucumbers of the eyes are completely incapacitated.
But then she rolls.
NPCs. It weirded me out the way they talk like NPCs in a video game. Like they just sit silently and someone touch them. Like here's a voice line.
Yeah.
But then again, when interacted with.
But then she rolls a natural 20 on perception when Lionel Spaulding walks in, looking for his glasses, sees his glasses, and he doesn't want to be a bother. He doesn't want to be like, "Hey, I'm peeking at you, and a monkey left my glasses on you." But he doesn't know it's a monkey, to be fair. But so he just kind of sneaks up and's trying to take the glasses because he knows that he's going to be punished no matter what he does.
Yes.
And he does, because at that moment she opens her eyes, the cucumbers fall away, and she slaps him. He's just trying to get his glasses.
Not only that, but she declares him a pervert.
Yeah.
And she soils Lionel Spaulding's reputation. She Me Too'd the shit out of him.
As the least horny character in this movie.
You had to recast Lionel Spaulding.
Yeah, they Me Too'd Lionel Spaulding.
Me the most horny.
But as Dunston's running havoc throughout the spa, Kyle summons his family in order to finally prove that Dunston exists.
He's trying to prove that monkeys are real.
Brian, by the way, is barely able to make it to the spa because there are so many babes abounding.
Yes, they make the same joke twice within like 2 minutes.
Within 10 seconds.
Where the camera focuses on a girl's butt and then like comes back the foreground and character going like, "Oh, woo, yeah." They do that same joke twice as though you're just gonna forget.
And then another joke that they do twice in 10 seconds. Brian not following his family because he sees a bodacious babe in the spa, and he starts following them, and then his dad has to be like, "Brian, keep it in your pants."
Seriously, it's shocking.
There's one point, the ladies who are getting the facials, they open up the door to try and find Dunston, but then Robert's like, "All right, let's go. There's no Dunstons here." And then Brian stays behind to continue ogling these old ladies getting facials.
These women are at least 40. At least 40.
Not a good 40 either.
No, not a good 40 at all.
Like a church-going, God-fearing woman 40.
Yikes.
I'm gonna make a really bold statement here, but I think if you replace Dunston the monkey with a blunt, this movie becomes an early 2000s stoner comedy.
Where they're hunting a blunt?
No, where everyone's just high and there's like butts everywhere. That's this movie. It's just unnecessarily horny and lots of physical comedy. I keep working on it. It needs some work.
No, I get what you're saying, though. You're
Take
just,
it back to the drawing
like,
room,
every
Sam.
time Dunston appears, it's a metaphor for someone token up, and then weird shit ensues. I get what you're
Dunston
saying.
is a metaphor for marijuana.
Dunston's a metaphor for homosexuality, sexual sadist
Perversion.
Mm.
fantasies, marijuana,
Monkey.
Capitalism.
9/11, apparently.
Incredible.
But
Capitalism, I haven't mentioned Ronald Reagan.
I mentioned the last time, but it didn't. I don't think it got any.
no, I didn't even
attention.
notice.
Wow, maybe it was 2 times ago. Anyway.
But as the family is looking for Dunston, they notice an equally interesting cryptid where Lord Rutledge does his best impression of the Bigfoot Patterson Gimlin footage, where he just strolls with his limbs spread out.
Head completely
Forward, like he's getting some aerodynamic advantage from it.
Like his leg as he walks away extends straight out,
No
and
bend.
his back is arched.
He looks like he's wearing a Talking Heads big suit.
And the reason we know all this is because we purposely screenshotted this picture and just have it sitting on the TV right now, and we're just looking back and forth at it.
The power, the pose, the presence.
And he walks with his hands behind his back like Naruto.
Yes.
Almost.
The
He's
Naruto
beauty,
walking.
he's grace, he's putting Dunston in his place.
Beautiful.
This was a good 10 minutes.
This is a very good 10
This
minutes.
definitely made up for the last 10 minutes.
Have fun, go mad. But that's not even the end of it, because at this point the family confronts Lord
There's
Rutledge.
like another 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
We ain't even done, son.
The family confronts Lord Rutledge, and Lord Rutledge, like a sane person would, in all honesty, he's doing a good job keeping his cover. He's like, what the hell is going on? And the boy is screaming that he has a monkey that he beats. And so
He's spanking his monkey every day in the hotel room, and Jason
In the
my
vents.
brother does that too in the vents, but
We don't talk about it.
yeah.
Just don't cross the streams. Don't cross the creams.
Oh,
So Olivia, what does Lord Rutledge say to brush off these accusations?
no. I believe the line is, your son is talking like a lunatic. To which Kyle responds, no, I'm not!
He
What the hell?
screams at him.
The comedic timing is perfect.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh.
I actually laughed and meant it.
Your son is behaving like a lunatic.
Exactly like
Which is
that.
followed up with, you can't even control one small boy.
How can you control a
He can
hotel?
control so many more small boys if he needed to.
I will teach you how to control several small boys.
I turn my seminar.
Semen.
Ew. Unnecessary.
Oh, and then after...
Simply
15
download the
yards.
Tor browser and go to the deep web, and you can there buy a copy of my book.
No.
And after this goes down, after the conversation, Robert stays behind to suck the ass of Lord Rutledge because he thinks he's the Le Mans spy.
Yep.
Kyle walks out of the room, and there is the longest dissolve I have ever seen.
There's like 5 good seconds
it's a
of
solid
black.
5 seconds. Of it's like they say dissolve is supposed to represent like a passage of time. This could just have been the next scene. This would have made no difference to the pace of the movie.
Well, I think it's supposed to be the next day in the next scene, so what they did is they went ahead and made the dissolve last 24 hours.
How will
you
we
would
know?
get the
You gotta watch it in
indication.
real time.
1-to-1 scale. But next we have a kind of understated scene where Dunston finds the greenhouse as he's wandering the vents,
Vents.
Yes,
the
yes,
vents!
and he starts sucking on a blade of grass for 15 seconds.
Well,
He's
this
thirsting for the old
sensually.
country. Just...
I have found you again, Nathan.
And it's honestly a little sad.
it's
at
very
first.
sad.
He's
Yeah.
like, oh, the jungle, I miss it. And then he starts, like, filleting a blade of grass. And I'm like, you really didn't need to go this way with it? I was already feeling the Dunston-induced depression that you were trying to get me to feel. But
But then you started giving oral pleasure to a blade of grass,
it was a lot.
Dunston.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And you might think we're making a big deal out of this, but they zoom. It's frames that's what they want you to see.
Like,
Yeah.
he bobs his head in and out.
It's like 15 seconds of that.
The green room also just like plays the sounds of the Amazon for some reason.
Yeah, which is
Which
awesome.
is where Dunstan's come
I
from.
don't-
Absolutely, not
orangutans.
Borneo or anything
I was
like
trying
that.
to
Not
figure
an
out if that
island.
was diegetic or not. Like, it seemed like maybe they're implying, like, oh, this is Dunstan remembering the rainforest.
No idea.
But there's no real indication. It just kind of seems like, yeah, the greenhouse just plays rainforest noises all the time.
See, that's the problem with having a character who's the main character who can't talk.
Mm-hmm.
If you're gonna
Yeah.
try and give him a backstory, you gotta be smart about it. You don't just play.
Yeah, if Dunstan could
Oh,
talk,
this monkey is hidden because it says Dunstan
It
on his
says
shirt.
Dunstan on his shirt.
if Dunstan could talk, then at this point he could turn to the camera and say, those noises were actually diegetic. That somebody's down there making those noises.
Which would have benefited.
That's
the
just
story a
ambiance
lot.
for the hotel greenhouse. You stupid.
If Dunstan could talk, he would turn around and go, I do not wish to be in this movie anymore. I would like to...
I would prefer banana.
If Dunstan could talk, he'd say, "God, my ass hurts."
Oh, God.
No. Oh, no.
I understand that this discourse is essential to the podcast, but I hate it so much. The implication that Lord Rutledge Dunstan and vice versa.
We don't make these accusations.
It's a seesaw.
Just call
I
them.
understand.
That's what I hate. The fact that we're not making these
I know,
accusations.
that's
The movie
It's
is.
planting the seeds.
Yeah.
The movie's implying this,
That's
not
the worst
us.
part.
If he had just been like, "Come on, Dunstan, let's go steal jewelry," we wouldn't have said anything about it. But he makes him call him Daddy. He refers to himself as Daddy.
Awful.
He says, "Show Daddy what you got," and he says, "Oh my
And he
God."
says he can make nosy little boys disappear.
"Yeah, I think we
You
got
can't
we
even
got
control
Ken Guap
one
as pegged."
small boy.
Oh.
I can control at least 3 large boys.
Awful.
The scene ends with Robert Grant trying to return to a state of normalcy as he entertains 2 women who are
Ooh.
doing he is entertaining 2 beautiful babes, some bodacious babes,
Truly.
who are ready to throw a charity event at the Majestic Hotel.
They couldn't throw a charity event for any of the good diseases because they were all taken.
Yeah, they literally say we couldn't throw a charity event for any of the good diseases because they were all taken. So
Yes,
we
I
have.
just said.
I am reiterating and supporting my friend.
So instead, they chose a disease that is, quote, not deadly, but very unsightly. Like, that is
Yes.
so So insane.
That's
the
like,
most white mom disease. To
Oh,
choose.
yeah.
will you donate to cancer research or lupus? Is lupus deadly?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
It's like psoriasis. It's not anything real.
It's
Yeah,
like
You
SIDS.
turn into
Real.
a wolf.
Psoriasis is
Is
real.
SIDS
What the
real?
heck? SIDS is absolutely
I wasn't sure if it was just like a term.
Sir.
I wasn't sure if SIDS was just like a term for an accident to a
Absolutely
young
not.
baby. I didn't know SIDS was like an actual disease.
real.
I thought SIDS
certainly.
was just what they called it when like someone accidentally put
Have
pillow
fun,
over
go
the
mad. Have fun, living in the city.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like a fun industry inside joke. Like, oh, well, looks like this baby came down with a case of SIDS, if you know what I mean. They dropped it.
That's not what SIDS is.
See, in so many words.
SIDS is such an infant death
Yeah, but that's
syndrome.
what
It's
Adam's saying.
That's what I'm
unexplainable.
saying. I wasn't sure if that's what it was. Just like grouping.
So we're in the room, okay?
You know how the baby was breathing before?
Oh my god, no.
Anyway.
Absolutely
right.
unacceptable.
I have a lot of editing to do. All right.
All right, Adam, what is the line? I think you're the most appropriate one to do this.
Oh.
The line that ends this 10 minutes. Again, almost perfectly.
Almost as if it was supposed to happen.
Because they
the
knew.
context of what happens to cause this line.
Okay, so
Dunston hangs from the window and screeches.
Like a
Maniacally.
demon.
to which Jason Alexander in this PG movie utters the phrase, "Holy shit!"
With so much conviction.
So much
Like he
force.
stands out of his chair. The shock of seeing a monkey in the greenhouse like propels him to get off his ass and just sit and wonder.
Hey, I forgot this movie was PG. I genuinely thought it was R.
It seems
You
at
could
least
tell me it was an R-rated movie. I'd be like,
NC-17.
yeah,
Bring
obviously.
your parent to see Dunston.
This is what the movie is kind of famous for. There is so much sexual under and
Undertones?
overtones.
Yeah.
And there's this scene of holy shit. This
lot.
movie is bizarre.
The monkey gets her off.
Literally.
The monkey gets a woman laid.
The monkey engages in foreplay with a woman. It is upsetting.
Oh my
Then 2 minutes
gosh.
later fillets a blade of grass.
We're in hell. This is hell.
All the while, his pedophile owner is trying to return him.
It's like this hotel is just horny jail.
Absolutely.
The police are like, you're too horny. Go to this hotel.
But I'm Lionel Spalding. He was just collateral.
He was
Yeah, the same name
mixed
as
up in
some actual
paperwork.
curve, yeah.
My new couple's costume for Halloween next year is I'm gonna dress as Rutledge. I need someone to dress as Dunston. Now taking applications for someone to dress as Dunston.
I'll dress this done. Oh man, I can't.
Yeah.
Wait, there's no good way to do this.
There's
because
no
if-
good
I've got a
way.
gorilla suit.
Sir.
Okay, as long as no one can see what race I am.
You're wearing a gorilla suit. That's not. I don't know what your problem is.
I know what I mean.
Yikes.
I wouldn't touch that joke with a 39.5-foot pole.
See, this is the best part of the podcast. You can say anything you want because it's not going to be here anymore.
This 10 minutes was entertaining but exhausting.
I'm mentally drained.
It was.
It's like reaching the top of Mount Everest. There's a feeling of achievement, but also physical exhaustion.
Can you imagine watching this whole movie in one sitting? I don't
No.
think I could do it.
How does anyone? No one's ever done that. I'm sure.
No
I'm
one's
sure
ever
of
done it.
that.
How is this
Not
for
one
children?
person.
Do children have the emotional fortitude to sit down and suffer through this?
That's like saying War and Peace is a child's book.
Honestly.
Yeah, Dunston is on par with War and Peace.
I want it on record that I was freely weeping at the end of this 10 minutes for a mixture of reasons.
Tragic.
Truly, just crying. It is such a painful, painful movie. But also, there's light at the end of the
Yeah,
tunnel.
that's kind of why we decided to make this podcast, because it's just such a mixed bag. What's good is really good, but what's bad is awful.
You guys don't understand. You think that this is all hyperbole and stuff, but if you sit down and watch Dunston, you'll realize even more than we could cover in this podcast. Dunston is...
God.
No.
Okay.
Wow,
Dunston is
sacrilegious.
bizarre. We will not tolerate sacrilege on this
I was
podcast.
gonna say, that's where we draw the line.
Yes.
You better be careful. I'm gonna put a cucumber on the floor and make you slip on it.
Like Lionel Spalding.
Poor Lionel Spalding.
That'll teach you for being fat.
Honestly.
That'll teach you for being fat and having a dead wife.
Stupid dead
Just to
dog.
clarify, he didn't really have a dead wife.
Yeah, that's our headcanon. Do
I
you
was gonna
think
say, I was getting real, like, queer coding vibes from Lionel. Like, why?
if I looked up Dunston checks in fan fiction, do you think I would find a result?
Yes.
Do we dare?
All right, let's do it.
I'm on it.
Do we dare find out?
All right, entertain the audience.
We're gonna all find out at the same time whether this exists.
Well,
Ooh, but also, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Okay.
Oh man, I can't bring
Let's place
myself.
bets. Who do we think it's going to be with? Is it going to be original character? Is it going to be OC plus Dunston? Or is it going to be
I
OC
think it's
Jason
gonna be.
Alexander?
I think it's gonna be the adventures of Rutledge, Dunston, and Samson from before, from the good olden days.
Oh, stop. It's too sad.
Well, if Samson would have done what he was told.
Guys,
What?
Damn it.
Dunston checks in crossed over with the Suicide Squad.
What?
Louder for the audience.
Dunston checks in crossed over with Suicide Squad.
Oh my god.
Suicide Squad.
So
The Suicide Squad.
I searched Dunston checks in fandom, and I found a link to Religion Wiki
Uh-oh.
because Faye Dunaway was in this movie.
And she's religious?
Apparently. I really don't want to search Dunston checks in Rule 34.
You know, we gotta do it just for the podcast. We just gotta know what our
The
options
FBI's
are.
gonna track my phone. I'm searching monkey porn.
Oh my god. We're going to die.
I think they have bigger things to worry about to
Do
track
you
people's
really?
phones.
Yeah.
Do you really think that?
What
Yes.
about?
Well, we do
about-
know Dunston's role in 9/11, so
Absolutely. He's on a watch list.
Dunston mixed with the Suicide Squad.
God, what would his speciality be?
Monkey.
Stealing.
There's nothing.
Banana.
There's nothing.
Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
Praise be.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, the only way he would be effective in the Suicide Squad is if they were fighting Lionel Spaulding.
Absolutely.
Oh man, he wouldn't stand a chance.
No, he'd get fucked.
Man, Lionel Spaulding is Batman.
It can do nothing but improve Suicide Squad, in my humble opinion.
Yeah.
Could we get Lionel Spaulding as Batman? Is it a little too late? Are you guys married to Robert Pattinson?
Ooh, that'd be good.
I think he's actually dead. I think the actor actually passed away.
In an orangutan-related accident.
He slipped on a cucumber and fell off the World Trade Center.
He died on set. Half of this movie is a CG actor.
He was the first one. It inspired Rogue One to put
God.
Carrie Fisher in.
Sam, predict where the movie is going to go. That's a good answer.
Well, at this point, where this one ended, it's got to be an orgy, right? Like, I don't see where else it could go. Like, this is bad. I want to say literally anything else other than that, but I don't know what else could possibly happen. Maybe Dunston will break into the greenhouse and overthrow it and create his own little kingdom in the greenhouse. But then, like, it'll be like charming, and Jason Alexander will learn the error of his ways, treating his children poorly, and the movie will end with like him living in the hotel in the greenhouse, like with the kids going to visit. That feels like that could be a real ending of the movie. Is that close? Am I anywhere close?
No.
Okay, because that feels like a real ending that they could do.
It does, but not even
Not
ballpark.
one of that would happen.
Not even
Oh,
ballpark.
man.
Dude, you
I
are so
wish.
Oh,
You
man.
like
Fool.
the
You guys went quiet, and I was like, maybe I got it.
No, God, the climax is nothing spectacular, but it's not that.
It's not that at all.
That'd be amazing.
Oh man, it's just.
The climax is like halfway through a scene, the screen go to black, and the credits start playing like it's not finished.
To be continued.
In Dunston 2.
Yes.
It just cuts to storyboards.
Lost in New York.
It cuts to Jason Alexander sitting in a chair and reading the script. Reading the last half. Hello, we ran out of budget to finish the movie. After all the lawsuits.
Oh, goodness.
You think this won any awards?
Yeah, it won a Razzie, I think.
A Razzie?
Yeah, I think Jason Alexander won a Razzie for it.
Dunston should have won
Oh,
Best
good.
Oh,
Actor.
you know, that reminds me. I did a little research on this movie. Like, actual legit research. This isn't a bit.
Yeah.
And it was talking about how this movie killed the careers of everyone who acted in here except
Eric Lloyd.
Eric Lloyd and Faye Dunaway. Everyone after this was resorted to just B-movie roles after this.
Oh, no.
But Jason
This was-
Alexander did get to be the gargoyle who spit to rocks.
This was, I think that was.
Was that
I
pre
think that
or
was before.
post? Was this
I
pre
think
or
that was
post?
right before.
I think.
But this was Jason Alexander's 4th role that bombed in the 90s during Seinfeld. He just kept
in the
fit.
90s.
Nothing personal on him, but he just picked some turds.
For real.
He got
This movie's
fucked.
got a monkey in a hotel. It's sure to be a hit.
Well, here's what probably happens. I get to cuddle the monkey in bed.
Ooh.
You don't even have to pay me.
Attach my name to that project immediately.
I love that Adam,
The whole
10
movie
seconds ago,
covered.
said, like, nothing against Jason Alexander. And then Sam immediately implies that his purpose for this movie was bestiality.
I said it. Sam didn't.
We're
Sam
all on
didn't
the
say
same page.
that. No disrespect to Jason Alexander, because he hates his fucking guts.
I don't mind Jason Alexander. I don't actually say I don't like Jason Alexander. I don't mind Jason Alexander. He's good at yelling.
He's got that. He's got that way about him.
He knows his Dunstons.
He knows monkeys inside and out.
I think that's a good point
I
to
think
stop.
that's a good point too.
Please join us next week as we examine minutes 50 to 60.
We're almost there, folks.
We're almost there.
Hang
Halfway
in.
there.
Hang in there, and God bless you as we check out.
I think it's getting harder.
It is getting
I
harder.
didn't expect it to get this much harder
Week by week.
to watch one movie.
I have been Drew.
I've been Sam.
I used to be Adam.
I am the husk of Olivia.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Try to have a good week.
Have fun living in the city.
That was Edging on Dunston, the podcast where 3 buffoons analyze Dunston checks in 10 minutes at a time. You can email us at edgingpodcast@gmail.com. If you want your email featured on the show, make sure to let us know if we can use your name. Edging on Dunston is a podcast by Sam, featuring Adam and Drew. Editing is by Adam. Intro is Right to Ascension, written by Sam and remixed by Adam. Special thanks this episode goes to Olivia for putting up with our madness.